co-founder of Kingdom Impact Lab, and in this video I want to share with you some practical ways that you can pursue the Christlike characteristic of excellence in your work, whether this is in your business as an entrepreneur, in your business as a small business owner, or when you're at work. So let's dive in. So first of all, why do you need to pursue excellence? Well, pursuing excellence gives you a meaningful goal to aim for in the things that you do on a day-to-day basis. If you have a reason beyond the initial why of your doing it, it transforms ordinary and mundane tasks into something extraordinary and an act of worship, and the pursuit of excellence over long periods of time will give you meaning, purpose and fulfillment in the work that you do, whether it's as simple as mopping the floor in your house to making very big decisions as the founder or CEO in your company. The pursuit of excellence is something that is deep to my own heart, and it's something that I've always chased after as a goal, both before becoming a Christian as an atheist and afterwards. The only difference is the pursuit of excellence through the lens of a atheist who only, materialist atheist kind of perspective, is there was no intrinsic meaning to the goal that I was pursuing. I was pursuing excellence as a way for my own benefit, and ultimately when things get tough and you find yourself in the valley, or you're struggling and you're having problems, you don't persevere, you lose your resilience. Whereas the pursuit of excellence through the perspective of doing your work as an act of worship, it always gives you meaning. It provides the ultimate meaning, the ultimate motivation and inspiration, and it carries you through the tough times. So let's explore some practical ways that you can pursue the Christ-like characteristic of excellence in all the work you do. Whether it's work that's in the family life, looking after your kids, cleaning the house, work that you go to as a type of formal employment, or the work that you do through your business or entrepreneur or any other kind of work. So there are three practical ways I'm going to share with you in this video. Number one is having competence. What exactly does competence mean? Competence is that you are able to do the job that you have been tasked to do to a relatively high degree of your ability. It's doing things and not only just meeting expectations, but vastly exceeding expectations every single time. That is what to strive for. So how can you improve your competence on what you do? Well, the simple way to get better at things is practice. I've got countless examples in different areas of my life where the old saying, practice makes perfect, is somewhat true. That the more you practice, the more you learn, the more you train, the more intentional effort you put into improving your skills. Over long periods of time, you're pretty much guaranteed to get better and better at what you do. That is something to focus on. How can you prioritize time to improve your skills? Well, I understand that life is busy. This is certainly the case for me, trying to grow the business with my wife and two young kids that we will be homeschooling. So I fully understand that. What I currently do is I have time in the morning before everyone wakes up where I have quiet reflection time, and during that time I kind of write down different things that I need to do, and I'm able to reflect on the tasks and priorities in my business, and it's a time in the morning before the chaos erupts in the house, which it's always been a lifesaver for me to have that quiet time first thing in the morning. So in the context of you, what you could do is, if you have quiet time in the morning with whatever it is that you're doing in your work, professionally or in your business, having quiet time to sit and think and reflect on what you're doing will be advantageous to improving your competence, because it allows you to step back and see the forest through the trees, and sometimes having that little bit of perspective can show you the areas where you need to improve, what you need to get better at, and how you can apply that moving forward. Another thing that you can do to improve your competence is to become aware of what your unique gifts are. In my opinion, each human is created in the image of God, and they have their own unique purpose, skills and gifts. No two humans are the same, because everyone's got a different personality and a different set of life experiences which have led them to this particular moment in time. So each person is uniquely gifted to do something, and your job is to find what yours is. It's something that I want to help people do as well, so if you'd like to have a chat, I'd be more than willing to give you my time to help you uncover your unique gifts as well. And if you can find out what your gifts are, which would be the things that you can do to a relatively high standard of ability without too much effort, and it's something you can do all the time. When you can find out what your gifts are, you can focus on improving your gifts and strengthening your strengths, so to speak. And if you get really good at what your strengths are, and it's not work to improve it because you're already interested and passionate about what you do. Your gifts typically are something you're passionate about. Over periods of time, if you focus on improving those skills, very likely you will excel in that particular area. And then the next thing is to figure out how to apply your unique gifts to the situation you're in terms of work, business, and how you are interacting. So in terms of improving competence, block off time first thing in the morning where you can have quiet reflection time. This will help you get clarity on the things that you need to do in your day-to-day work. When you have clarity, it allows you to have some kind of awareness of how you're performing and where you can improve. This over time will increase your competence, because, well, quite frankly, the most important thing that anyone can do in any area of life when it comes to pursuing a goal is to have clarity on what that goal actually is and what it looks like, and how to know when you've actually achieved it. The 80-20 of everything in kind of business and goal setting is clarity, clarity, clarity. Clarity on what to do, clarity on how to get there, clarity on the problems that you're going to potentially encounter and how to overcome them. Because the better you can define things, the more likely you are to achieve it. And as a direct result, that will increase your competence in what you do. Have quiet time in the morning to reflect that. That's one practical way. Even if it's just 5 minutes, without your phone, without distractions. And the second thing in terms of improving your competence is to identify what your gifts are and get good at what you're already good at, and then apply that to your current situation, which will give you a unique edge, and it will give you the passion and excitement to actually pursue excellence. So the second thing in terms of Christ-like excellence in work, life and business is reliability. In the past, when I had my marketing agency and I had to try to hire freelancers, unfortunately not many people were reliable. I had one person that I worked with that some days she'd just disappear and wouldn't hear back from her, and she'd return back to her hometown unexpectedly because of some reason or excuse. Or another person, you're expecting something on this day and time, but she's not available, can't be reached. Other times I hired someone to help me with lead generation, and I give what's relatively straightforward instructions on what to do, but just could not follow instructions, did not do what I asked them to do, and as a result, I kind of terminated the trial run, and I hired this person through Upwork, and then she proceeded to give me a bad review as a result of me not wanting to continue after the trial period because she couldn't follow simple instructions. So unreliable. I had someone else that I worked with, hired for 1 or 2 hours per day, and it just reached a point where I'm trying to send WhatsApp messages to find what am you actually doing, not even trying to get the results, but what am you actually doing today? Tell me what you're doing, and could not get any kind of straight answer from them. And it's sort of, can't you just tell me what you're doing? But clearly not. Another person there, this was with an agency that I work with, and over a period of several months, or over a period of maybe 12 months, I gave this agency $10,000 maybe to help supposedly build up my social media, build up my brand awareness, build up an engaged audience so that I can then convert them into clients. Well, it reached a point where I just could not get them to tell me what they were doing, despite me paying them such a large amount of money over a period of time. And the crazy thing with that situation was we were actually in the same time zone, but they would not respond to me during my working hours, during normal hours, because they operated on Eastern Standard Time in America, which means that I'm trying to message them and trying to communicate with them, and they need things from me, but they're messaging me in the middle of the night when I'm asleep, and then them getting angry at me for not responding to them at 1 a.m. in the morning, and then them blaming me for not doing the results, and then I'm trying to ask them, so what are the results that you're getting? But they don't tell me, and well, that's a little bit of ranting and venting, I guess, about how I've personally experienced the lack of reliability as someone that hires people. How can you make sure you can pursue reliability in what you do? Simply just do the things that you say you're going to do. And if people ask you for clarification, give them clarification. That's all you can do. Just do the things that you say you're going to do. Don't overpromise. If you don't think you can deliver something on a specific date, don't say it. From someone that employed freelancers before, I would much rather someone be honest about what they can expect to do in what time frame than give some kind of inflating response and then allow the excitement of a new contract and a new project, all that initial excitement, to carry them away with what they say they can do, only to find that a week or two later you're just vastly underperforming. Because when you say something and you're going to deliver this result, you are setting the standard, and when you fail to deliver it, naturally people are going to view you as underperforming. When if you're just open and honest about things up front, about how long it will take, what you can kind of expect from it, you'll get a much better response and a much better relationship. Plus, you're going to be reliable in delivering what you say you're going to deliver when you say you're going to deliver it. And finally, the third one is teachability. This is something that I've always tried to have as my own personal kind of guiding principle in the pursuit of excellence, and that is try to ask for feedback on things. Try to get people to give you critical feedback, what you're doing well, what you can improve on, and don't take it personally, because if someone is criticizing you, what they are doing is they are providing improvement, they are providing feedback on an area that you can improve. Even, I think it was Jordan Peterson that was talking about this in the context of love your enemy, and Jordan Peterson was saying that perhaps one way to interpret this is that with your enemy, they're always going to say the worst things about you, but perhaps in what they say about you, there is some level of truth in there as well. And if you can identify what the truth is in people's criticisms, even if it's harsh or unjust, then perhaps they are making you aware of one of your flaws, which other people might also be aware of as one of your flaws, which you may not even be aware of it, which pushes you away from Christ-likeness because you have your flaws. And it allows you to then proactively address whatever that issue is. It is the same with feedback and teachability. If you do something every single day, and at the end of the day, you ask yourself, what's one thing that I could have done better today? And then you actually apply that tomorrow, and you do this over a period of years, it's impossible for you not to become better at what you do. One thing that I do in the morning is, during my quiet reflection time, is I write down a few of the sins that I've committed, either in the previous day or at some point before. And naturally, it's recurring themes that come up, and I'll be open and honest and share what it is. The thing that comes up the most is that I'm not patient enough with my son, my 3-year-old son, who he's turning 4 in 2 months, and he just doesn't listen as kids do, and it reaches a point where it's just, any parents will know what this is like, where it's just enough is enough. I'm not patient enough with him, and because I'm writing this down every single morning and reflecting on it, whenever what I'm finding to happen now is when I'm in a situation where my son is starting to misbehave and he's just not listening, because I've written this down so many times in the morning, there's a little voice in the back of my head that's saying, okay, Sam, just be patient, remember he's only 3, this is how 3-year-olds are. And not all the time, because I'm only human, but slowly I'm starting to be a little bit more patient with him. And this is simply as a result of writing it down in the morning. And because I'm writing it in the morning and then thinking about it and reflecting on it, even just for a few moments, over several days, weeks and months, this builds up and you become aware of what the problems are and the things that you do in your life. And the same when it comes to work as well, you become aware of it, which when you're faced with that situation again, you're in a position to act differently because you're aware of it. And that is teachability, and that is a simple thing that you can do as well. Just ask for feedback on things if you in a work setting. ask for feedback with clients, people you interact with, people that you work with, people that you interact with, but also do your own self-reflection and make yourself aware of the things that you're not doing to the best of your ability, and then proactively try to change it day to day. And that's it. So quickly to summarize, because this has gone probably 13 minutes longer than I thought it would. The way to pursue excellence without chasing perfection is prioritize competence, become the best at you can do by scheduling quiet time in the morning for reflection if you can, even just 5 minutes. This will allow you to get clarity by seeing the forest through the trees. Clarity is the most important thing you can do in terms of any level of competence, quite frankly, because it allows you to become aware of what you need to focus on and what you need to prioritize. Competence would be identify what your unique gifts are and focus on getting better at your gifts, and then applying your gifts to the situation you're doing in work, life, whatever it is. I'd be more than happy to have a chat with you if you want some help uncovering your gifts. It's something I'm actively trying to research, so if I can help you do that, just let me know. Pursuing excellence is being reliable, doing the things that you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do them. Don't over-deliver and don't over-promise and under-deliver. If it's going to take longer than you think, just be honest about it. Set yourself up for success by not giving false expectations. If people are asking you for better communication because they feel that you're not communicating as well, as good as you should be, respond to it. Do not overlook it. If someone keeps asking you, can you tell me what you're doing? How long is it taking? All of this stuff. It's important to the person that's telling it you. So prioritize that, and people will instantly think you're reliable. And the third thing is teachability. Ask people for feedback on how you can improve. Listen to people's criticism and judgment, because maybe there's some truth in it. And then you can focus. You can identify what you need to focus on, and simply write down each morning in your quiet reflection time, what's one thing I can improve on tomorrow, or what's one thing I did wrong today, what I could do better tomorrow. And then do that enough times, and eventually you will start to recognize it when you're in the situation, and you can do something different. So that's all. I hope you found this valuable. See you next time.